People have complained about Canada Goose lowering the quality of their parkas. Is it true? Let's find out. Hi everyone, my name is Will, and today I'm going to be doing a review of the Canada Goose Langford Parka. This is one of Canada Goose's high-end parkas designed for city use in the winter. This is one of their highest-end parkas designed mainly for city use in cold winters. It comes with a hefty price tag of anywhere from 1,600 to 1,900 Canadian, depending which model you get. I personally got this one. This is the black label model, so no fur trim on the hood. And the label comes in, if you can see here, which is black as opposed to the regular red logo. This is basically as expensive as it gets in terms of winter parkas. Going straight into the specs of the jacket, it comes with 625 fill power down with 80% down, 20% feathers. As I mentioned in my review of the Expedition Parka, which I'll also link up there if you want to check out, this is pretty low end down. And you'd really expect higher end down when you're buying a jacket of this price. The lower quality down can be made up by actually putting more down into the jacket, but generally you want to see both lots of down and high quality down when you're looking for an expensive down parka. Unfortunately, Canada Goose does not actually provide the fill weight of their jackets. This is a really big disappointment for me personally. I would rather buy from brands that actually give you all the information so you can actually make a well-informed decision. With Canada Goose, they give you just the fill power of the down, which is basically how lofty each feather of down is, but the fill weight is basically how much down they're actually putting into the jackets. It makes it very tough to compare this jacket compared to other jackets on the market. And just based on that alone, that's something that personally for me, I would steer people away from any brand that doesn't give you all the information. It's hard to really compare. And especially as I'll talk about later, Canada Goose has kind of been lowering the amount of down in their jackets, and without providing you the amount of down they actually put in, they can basically, in a sneaky way, reduce the down over time, reduce the quality of their jackets, and you're not gonna be able to know. In the case of the Langford jacket, actually unboxing it, I was really surprised how light it was, and that is not a good thing when it comes to winter parkas. I don't want my winter parka to be light. I want it to be heavy, durable, full of loft, and ready to keep me warm in really cold temperatures. I've seen online people comparing the Langford jacket or other models from Canada Goose to previous versions from 5, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, and there's a pretty noticeable degrading of the quality of the jackets. Someone actually did an analysis of the financial statements of Canada Goose and noted that their net profit actually increased as a result of their cost of goods sold going down. Basically meaning the cost of production for their jackets has actually gone down while the price has gone up or stayed the same. Basically meaning lower quality jackets than what you used to be able to get. In terms of the exterior, it's a standard polyester cotton blend, feels durable, feels kind of cheap in comparison to some other jackets I've tried, but it is definitely thick and durable. So just to wrap up the specs, really disappointed in the insulation, and I'll go through that in more detail when I talk about the performance of the jacket as well as whether or not you should buy it. Okay, so let's go through the features of the jacket. Starting off with the wrist cuffs. Some jackets have, the buttons to do up or Velcro. In this case, there's no ability to really tighten up those wrist cuffs. This is okay. You've got a nice kind of fleece cuff that really tightens around your wrist. Great. And then if you have gloves or mitts, it'll really easily slide in between these two layers. Looks to be reinforced as well at the wrists, so great for preventing ripping. Seems really durable. In terms of pockets, we have front pockets on the bottom here that are button closed, so you can use these as your hand pockets. There's no side pockets here on these that a lot of other jackets have. You just have the hand pockets here, or you can put your gloves or whatever in there. And then you also have fleece lined pockets on the kind of mid-body torso area like this. This is probably where I would put my hands if I'm walking around waiting for a bus and I don't have gloves. These are nicely lined with fleece. They're comfortable. They're a bit high, but that's fine. They don't have any zipper or button closed at all, so you're not really gonna hold anything in here. This is just gonna be for your hands. And then one pocket on the interior here that is at the chest on the inside of the down. Put your phone in there. It's honestly a bit small, but unless you have one of those really gigantic phones, I think it should be fine to fit. That's got the zipper closed there. And then you've got two dump pockets on the bottom here that have this honestly kind of cheap looking mesh material. Not super elastic here, but you can definitely dump your mitts or I don't know, socks, something like that in here. But kind of cheap feeling. You've got them on both sides. And that's it in terms of pockets. One other feature before I actually do up the jacket, and this is something that a lot of Canada Goose parkas have. It's a really nice feature that I wish other jackets or other companies would actually implement, and it's these backpack straps. So while you're putting on the jacket, you can put on these straps that go over your shoulders like a backpack. And basically, if you're walking around a mall or you're shopping and the jacket's too hot for you, kind of hard to take out your arm, but you have these over the shoulders, and then you almost carry your parka like a backpack. So you have it like this. You're not going to be too hot while you're grocery shopping, you're shopping in the mall, whatever. It's a really nice feature. I'd actually like to see on more parkas out there. So honestly, that's probably the biggest plus with this jacket and some of the other models that Canada Goose has. I did notice when I did the review of the Canada Goose Expedition Parka, the one that I ordered from the used site did not have these. So older models of these jackets do not have the backpack straps. Some do, some don't. The one that I bought for my wife from the used site did have these. So just something to note, if you are looking for these, some of the older models might not have them. It's not a big feature that I see a lot of people using probably. I've never actually been somewhere and seen someone wearing their jacket like this, but it is a good feature to have. In terms of front zipper, you've got a beefy, thick zipper for the front of the jacket. It's two-way. I have had troubles actually doing it up. I find it's really kind of difficult to get initially in here. As you can see, I do find that's sometimes an issue with two-way zippers. Honestly, a cheap feeling zipper. It is thick, but it doesn't feel that premium. You have a kind of strap here that's easy if you have mitts or gloves on. It'll be easy to kind of do and undo that. And then again, you've got the bottom zipper if you want to dump heat or whatever like that. The zipper is both covered on the inside and the outside by a flap, preventing wind from coming through. And then you have button closers as well that go over top. On the Expedition that my wife has, it's actually Velcro. Velcro is cheaper, it degrades and kind of catches stuff and becomes less effective, whereas buttons, much more premium, and they're gonna last much longer. So it's nice to see the buttons on this as opposed to the Velcro. Maybe the older models of these also have the Velcro. I would choose more down and a warmer jacket over just having buttoned closures, but in this case, it's a nice thing to have. When this jacket goes all the way up, I'll kind of speak first and then show you because it's going to cover my microphone. It goes up almost like a neck warmer up to my, we'll see, like my mouth, my nose area. So I'll do this up. So as you can see there, it basically goes up, covers my nose. Really nice to see. The flap kind of goes up to about your collarbone area, but the zipper actually keeps going up all the way to your cheekbone line. This is great if you're going to work, stuff like that. You don't necessarily want to be carrying a neck warmer with you and a hat and everything like that. So the ability to have this close up, cover the bottom mid part of your ear, keep basically everything below your eyes warm is really great to see. And I'd like to see this kind of formation of the hood on more jackets. It's really nice. On most of the jackets I have, it'll kind of stop at the chin area, maybe go a bit above the jawline. But this is almost an extra, however much, 3 inches higher. And it's really nice to see. In terms of the hood, really big. Again, I'll talk a bit and then do it up to show you what it looks like. Only adjuster is going to be on the back here. Standard adjuster, you don't have any adjustments on the front to kind of cinch in the hood. And there's also no kind of stiff wiring on the exterior or entrance of the hood to reshape it depending how you want. A lot of other parkas will have that. So this just kind of is going to stay relatively shaped the way it is now. And it has a really nice length to it when it's done up. As you can see, it really covers all of my face, goes out a nice distance, preventing wind from coming in from the sides. When it's done up, almost looks like a toilet bowl seat wrapped around your face. And yeah, that's basically it in terms of features of this jacket. Yeah, let's go into the sizing and fit. So in terms of sizing, I am 6'1", 190 pounds or so, and I got a size large in this. I will always get a size large when it comes to jackets or parkas. So I say true to size, and it's definitely the right size for me. I wouldn't want to size up at all. But it's a bit tight on the shoulders. I just have a t-shirt underneath, and it's not super, it's kind of restrictive. So obviously this isn't designed for any active use, so probably not gonna be a big deal. You're not gonna be doing much with your arms, but just note, I do have somewhat wide shoulders and it is a bit restrictive. In terms of length, the arms are not super long. So for you guys on the shorter side, this is still gonna be perfectly fine. There's some jackets where the sleeves are really long. I personally like that. If I forget my gloves, I can kind of, shove my hands inside and keep them warm. In this case, the sleeves are a bit shorter. Obviously designed more for kind of an urban, good looking thing. So you kind of have your watch out and show it or whatever like that. What else? The really nice part about these is the length. Hopefully the camera kind of has a wide enough angle here to see this, but it goes basically just above my knee. One of the longest parkas I've tried. Really nice, so covers your butt, covers the whole upper thigh. It prevents your thighs from getting cold, so you don't need to wear long johns underneath your work or dress pants. And yeah, so stay true to size, good sizing for shorter guys out there. And even when you have a bit longer limbs, it's still manageable for me. So perfect sizing for basically anyone out there. And I'll kind of just do a little 360 so you can see what it looks like. So if you want a tighter fit, you could probably size down, but I would keep true to size so you have enough room to layer a sweater underneath. If you're getting this and it ends up getting cold in your area, you want to at least be able to layer up a thicker wool suit jacket or a sweater to keep yourself warm. But yeah, it looks good, really nice length, good fit. Obviously it's designed as a fashion type of parka, not so much for performance or keeping you warm. So in terms of looks, obviously it's really nice, looks good. I got it in a gray. They only have muted colors, so like, navy, gray, black, maybe white. Not super flashy colors, just muted colors. Perfect if you want to look good in kind of mild winters. Okay, so we'll do the features and the sizing when I stand up over there. Now let's get into the performance of the jacket. So now in terms of performance of this jacket, it's definitely designed and marketed as a fashion statement jacket. People who want to show off the brand, people who want to wear a expensive jacket. It's not necessarily designed to be the warmest jacket out there. The Expedition is definitely more geared towards being warmer. There's also the Resolute and the Snow mantra from Canada Goose, also designed for extremely cold Arctic temperatures. Those are almost a different class or consumer than someone buying this. This is probably the more high-end affluent person in the city who wants to walk around with a Canada Goose jacket. They have a high-paying job, lots of money. You're not necessarily buying it for the warmth. And that really shows. Canada Goose, I believe, rates this in their -15 to -25 category, I think it is. And in my personal opinion, this will not keep you warm down below -15. If you're wearing a shirt underneath like I am right now and you go to -15 with regular clothes on, like business clothes or whatever, you are not gonna be warm. You're gonna need for sure a sweater under this. There's just not nearly enough loft for this. And if you're in serious cold climates like where I am in Canada, I wouldn't even buy this as a winter parka. It's just not gonna be warm enough. If you're looking for a warmer parka and basically for the same price, the Canada Goose Expedition is gonna be much warmer than this one, at least the one that I tested and reviewed. Again, the quality of Canada Goose has kind of gone down over time. The Expedition I bought was actually used from their used website, and I got that at a discount. It was probably 3, 4, 5 years older, and so there's a lot of loft in it. I haven't tested the brand new ones, so maybe there's even less loft in the Expedition as well. But with this is a brand new jacket, and putting it on, I was really disappointed in the level of loft in this. I kind of compare it similar to maybe the Arc'teryx Therm Parka I've also reviewed. You can check out another jacket, probably half the price of this though, but probably around the same amount of down as that jacket. So in terms of wind and water protection, it's gonna be perfectly fine dealing with snow and wind. You're not gonna have any issues with that. It's got, again, the flaps between the zipper to keep wind from coming in and out. It's got a nice hood. So it's not gonna have any issues in terms of weather protection. The main issue is gonna be warmth. If you're dealing with anything below -15, don't bother buying this jacket at all. It's not gonna be warm enough. You're paying a premium for something that's not gonna keep you warm. If you're looking for the warmest possible jackets, look for something like the 66 North Jockla Parka I've reviewed. There's the Outdoor Survival Canada jacket. You get an old used Canada Goose Expedition Parka, that would be warmer. But this jacket is really overrated for the price, not warm enough. Now, should you buy this jacket? This jacket, again, really designed for people with a lot of money they want to spend. This is going to be the warmest of their kind of fashion line jackets. So again, if you're looking for a fashion forward, good looking jacket from Canada Goose, this is going to be your best bet in terms of warmth. Again, it's not going to be nearly warm enough to keep you warm below -15, but if you're living in like Vancouver, it doesn't get that cold, you want a good looking jacket that you can throw over just a t-shirt, this will be definitely warm enough for you down to, you know, -5, maybe -10, possibly if you run hot. So someone who lives in a much more mild climate of winters wants a good looking jacket that's going to keep you warm with the t-shirt. This is great. It's long. It looks really good if you live kind of in a city, you're business style, you're going to work, you want to look good for your colleagues, you're going shopping a lot. That's kind of the market that this is for. It's not going to be people outside for long periods of time in cold weather. I would not be able to walk my dog in this with you know, -20, -25 weather. I would need a much warmer parka. So in general, I would say don't buy this jacket. If you do want this jacket, what I personally would recommend is actually going to the Canada Goose used site, check out the options. I've looked at some of the Langfords they have on the website here. They're looking at anywhere from, you know, $500 to $900 depending, and these are going to be some older models too, so you're going to have that fur, you're going to have much more down than the newer versions. It's going to be used, but again, if you look at my Canada Goose Expedition review, I talk more about their used program and how good it actually is, so that will give you some more details on the quality. But personally, I would recommend, if you're getting this, get the used version. Spend about half the money or even less, and you're probably gonna get a better version of this jacket. But if you're willing to spend $1,800 on a brand new jacket, and you don't care about being that warm, go for it. If you do want to be warm and you do have that price point, there's a lot of better options out there that you could check out. Another one I want to check out soon is Moose Knuckle. Apparently they're pretty good in terms of the quality of down they put in their jackets. So that's something I might check out. Maybe you guys could check out around the same price point. The 66 North Parka, around the same price point. So there's other things out there if you're willing to spend $1,800 that are going to give you much more warmth than this jacket. But yeah, check it out if you want it. There's definitely going to be a lot of used options on their website. Save you a lot of money and then use that money to, you know, invest or whatever. And yeah, that's basically it. Thank you for watching the video. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments. I'll answer them. If you want recommendations or there's jackets you want me to review, just kind of leave those down below and I might check them out and do a review of them. And yeah, if you enjoyed the video, if it was helpful, like and subscribe for more, and stay tuned. Thank you. Have a nice day.